Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Sorry, a little behind schedule. I was planning on coming on a little sooner, but that's what happens sometimes. So really big news yesterday in our advocacy lane. As you know, that is one of our pillars with Beautycounter. We are focused on education, advocacy work, and formulation of the safest products that we can. And this was a big step in the right direction. So most of you probably on here know or have heard me say before, the legislation around the personal care and cosmetics industry dates back to 1938, so over 80 years ago. And that came about when FDR was actually in office and Eleanor Roosevelt was responsible for kind of the beginning phases of getting that act pushed forward. It was around the time of when the first mascara was being created, and actually the founder herself and women were going blind from some of the ingredients in mascara. It's still today one of the most questionable cosmetics products in the industry. So what this act, it's called the Natural Cosmetics Act. It was introduced by Sean Maloney, who is a New York senator. And what basically this is going to do is define that term natural. So I don't know about you, but early on when my kids were little and things like that, I relied on terms like organic and natural and things like that because I thought that those meant that the products were healthy options, and I didn't even dive too much even in the safety side of it. Honestly, it didn't occur to me back then. But about almost 5 years ago now, when I was introduced to a Beautycounter, my eyes were open to a whole nother lane of the lack of legislation, the lack of transparency, and that basically anybody can put anything they want into products and put them onto shelves, whether the ingredients have been tested or not, and in most cases they haven't. So basically chemicals are innocent until proven guilty. So since 1938, over 80,000 chemicals have been introduced, and probably less than 20% have actually been ever tested for safety. So studies are popping up left and right. We are in partnerships with Tufts University and other partners to research ingredients and find the safest options available. And what this law is going to do is actually define that term natural specifically. So like I said, I was relying on those terms and thinking I was getting products that were safe. And when I look back now, those products that I was using, they were actually not. They had a lot of other ingredients. They might have said they had no this, that, or the other, but they had a lot of other yucky ingredients like carcinogens and things like that. So the other thing that's happening, unfortunately, because clean beauty is kind of a trend now, there are a lot of companies that are still marketing and using those terms, and it doesn't mean that they have really terrible ingredients still in them. So in the meantime, we use our Healthy Living app, we look at ingredients, you ask me, and I'll help you find a safer option. So I'm going to need your help though, because this is a big watch out Wednesday, because in order for this act to pass, that's just been introduced, it takes a lot to actually get something passed. Some of you have helped before. We've been trying to get the Personal Care Safety Act passed for the last few years, and it still hasn't passed. And that would actually have the FDA give them the ability to review 5 ingredients a year. So this natural one is a biggie. It's a landmark piece of legislation for this time, and it's so important because it is going to provide a lot more transparency in the clean beauty space. So I'm going to put the information in the comments below. You can just send a text just like we do when we're trying to ask for legislation for better laws, and it's going to give you a link that you click, fill out the form, and basically you're saying, yes, I want to support this act. So yeah, I guess that's about it. It's just so important to think this through, and it's going to be so helpful because the only way for us to really further our mission of getting safer products in the hands of everyone is to change the laws. It's not realistic that every person is going to run around with a Beautycounter product. I mean, that's just ridiculous. So we have to fight, and we have to get the laws changed so that people are not allowed to put these terrible ingredients in products because it's just fast, cheap, and easy. So thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Let me know if you have questions. And I think it's like you text the word labeling to 52886, but I will definitely put that in the comments so we can get your support. Let me know when you've done it and just say done or something in the comments. And who knows, maybe there'll be a prize for you. So happy Wednesday. Thanks for watching. Bye.